Good evening, everyone. Namaste. Myself, Uday Makawala, CEO at Atal Incubation Center, Rambhav Malgi Prabodhini Foundation, which is supported by Atal Innovation Mission, Niti Aayog, Government of India. Welcome all to the third episode of Baatchit, wherein we get seasoned mentors, experts, and budding entrepreneurs, innovators from the startup ecosystem to speak, showcase their work, and seize the opportunity. In this virtual world now, our attempt is to have simple conversations so that our FB viewers can learn from the experiences of our guests. We selected HR Tech domain this time as it is ever evolving. And it's a pleasure to have professionals leading the conversation, Bachit, today. That is a diverse and experienced leader who wears many hats and a budding startup from our cohort 2 portfolio, which has come up with a very exciting solution with the help of tech in HR and learning and development domain. So let me introduce the diverse personality first. That's Mr. Ravi Kikan. So Ravi is currently the head of marketing and growth at Zing HR. He's also an author, written a couple of books, very interesting, one on the funding aspect as well. And he's the mentor at various incubation centers, including Mentor Edge program, which was, I believe, in 2010, initiated at IIM Ahmedabad. So I would like to welcome him to lead this conversation and also introduce Beehive team to take this conversation, Baatchit, forward. Thank you to all the viewers who have joined in today. And I can promise that it's going to be an exciting 45 minutes. Over to you, Ravi.
All right. Thanks, Uday. And I think, certain times when the prelude increases, I think you get old, by the time whenever the prelude increases. So shorter the prelude, shorter and younger you are. So thank you very much for that, appreciation. I thank Atal Incubation Center for pitching these kind of informal baatcheet, because the more casual conversation that we make, the more informally we talk to each other and informally we pass on the message. And it's not about one-sided conversation where we think that we are important. It's important that people also are involved in the discussion and they clarify those doubts. Having said that, I would like to introduce the rock stars Onkar and Ketki to this wonderful Baatcheet session. I would want to read a couple of things from I could have spoken earlier about how good they are, but there are certain pointers that I would want to emphasize, and so I'll have to read a little bit about Onkar and Ketki, because certain points are amazing, and I don't know what made them so interesting to do those achievements, and I'll want to read out of them. So Onkar has, the first thing that I understand about Onkar is taught more than 15,000 students across 20 cities as a corporate trainer on entrepreneurship to top MNCs as well. 15,000 students in 20 cities is not even funny. People aim about reaching out to 150 students, 150 students, 200 students, 500 students. I think Onkar जो आपने किया है 15,000 बच्चों के साथ, and I'm sure it is not a one-day job. It takes lifelong to do that. I think it's more of a teacher kind of role. Thank you very much for doing it. And he's one of the co-founders of Beehive. So let me introduce him first. So Onkar is an organizational psychologist by training. Previously, he's had leadership positions across various levels, and he was a co-founder of Skill Street, one of the startups that he had, and which went down the river. But it's great. One tick mark for doing one startup, and he was one of the co-founders for Desi Hangover. So that builds you as a serial entrepreneur. So tick mark number 4. I think this must be your fourth startup, Onkar?
Third venture.
Third venture, excellent. So I think you are a serial entrepreneur by default. You don't add it. That's your modesty, but you can still add it out. I think it's never a failure, as you said. About your second startup. I think you tried and it did not work out because there was somebody else responsible for the journey. When you hand over something, probably कई बार वो गलती हो जाती है. But welcome, Onkar, for our lively discussion that we'll do.
Thank you so much. That was so warm of you. Yes.
Let me put out Ketki. Ketki is technically an NRI, but she's based in India. She has been in US for quite some time, and she's I heard that she's muddling between the two straight capitals of India, Mumbai and Delhi, which I like. So we have one thing in common. So one tick mark. Yes. Second tick mark is she's a strategy generalist with extensive experience in product building, which I which I personally like because I like to be a product marketer. I started one, as a base learner 10 years back from when I moved out from my corporate life. I wanted to be a product marketer, but people don't understand that before becoming a product marketer, you need to be a little understanding of customer experience and you have to be a generalist by nature. So tick mark number 2 for you, Katie. Last, not the least, she's had Bollywood in her left side of the brain as well. She's super creative. I'm assuming so. She's worked for Yash Raj Films and I think about amazing partnerships with Amazon and Asian Paints and Mattel over a period of time. She has about 6 years experience, worked in India and US. And Katie has a great sense of product ideation, design development, and user experience. I think all my favorite topics. So I will not bore everybody. I will jump on to, talking to you guys in both English and English, I would say, both English and Marathi I'm learning. Bengali I'm partly, I'm feasible in Bengali and Punjabi. You can use either of them. So over to you, Omkar, and let's get the ball rolling.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you so much. That was such a warm introduction. And we are very glad to have you, especially now you have transitioned into a leadership role at Zing HR, and you're looking after marketing and growth of this brilliant company, which is trying to create such great ripples in the entire sphere of HR tech. So I want to ask right off the bat that, you've been working as an advisor, as a growth evangelist, a mentor, and an author. Can you just enlighten us about what your journey has been and about your current role at Zing HR, so that we can get a great understanding about your life as a startup entrepreneur, your life as an author, your life as a helm of a leadership role at Zing HR?
Omkar, I think it's imperative that people should understand that you sometimes accidentally become an entrepreneur, or sometimes it's genetically imbibed into you. So family office led businesses are genetically run because that's a lineage of क्योंकि आपके दादाजी entrepreneur थे, आपके पापा entrepreneur हैं, आप भी entrepreneur बनने के chances 90% हैं. Yeah. But if you are from a typical middle class, service class family where you haven't seen a lot of entrepreneurs, and entrepreneurs are those typical manufacturers. Entrepreneurship पहले क्या होता था कि आपकी factory है, that's entrepreneurship, right? But technology-led businesses were very few. So most of us, typically were taught either to become engineers, doctors, CAs, and that's a respected profession, because they have a stable income. Entrepreneurs are like Romeo's, said to be कि भाई आपको ठीक है हसल करता है अच्छा है फैंसी है बट पैसा नहीं मिलता होगा 90%. कोई नहीं बात भी ठीक है because 90% of startups across the world fail. And I will come to the point number one. The point number one is, and I realized this with my first failure when I moved out. I was way back in about 2009. I was vice president in a fairly big organization, and I moved out from there to start my own company. And we raised funds. We did well. We were trying to do a good MRR business as well, but it failed, right? And I realized first that failure is not just dependent on you. There are some external factors as well, like one you said कि आपकी वजह से गलतियां नहीं होती. कई बार startup के अंदर भी there are external factors also, investors, co-founders, product, right? Meanwhile, I dabbled with teaching. I dabbled with a couple of more startups. Most of them failed. A couple of them exited, made money, cleared my debts. And I found out that my sweet spot, after doing all this tamjam, as we say, is basically कि भाई अगर आपकी कोई 5 चीज अच्छे कर सकते हो, एक चीज क्या अच्छा करते हो आप. तो मैंने सब कुछ सोच के किया कि यार मैंने अपना काम भी किया, अपने पैसे लगाए, दूसरों को पैसे लगाए और उनके भी पैसे वापस किए. What is that one thing I'm good at, right? One thing. So it took me about 14-15 years to find out that. Gladly I found out, and I found out that, see, helping somebody grow is my expertise. Top line growth. Top line growth means that it is a combination of marketing, it's a combination of sales, it's a combination of operations, it's a combination of whatever functions that are built, and last not the least, human capital. कि भाई आपको सब पता है कि ये सारी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के अंदर ये चीजें इंपॉर्टेंट है फंक्शंस, लेकिन उनको चलाने के लिए अगर आप अच्छे लोग रिक्रूट कर सकते हो. A CAT A team with a CAT B product is a always a CAT A result. A CAT B team with a CAT A product is a, fcuk.com. That basically, it's a low end brand, right? As we say. So, I think it's imperative that people should understand first thing, and I think I want to be categorically clear to startups and small business owners, is that hire the right kind of folks for your business, have the right kind of validation, and if you do that, two things, generally the tick mark is right. So I think I started from there, and I realized that growth is one thing I'm good at. So from 2014-15 onwards, I've been helping organization SMBs, startups, early stage companies in growth roles come into the. I generally come into the founding team. I help structure the team. I help them grow to a certain level, and then I take them to the next level and have various kind of tangible pit stops. Because if you don't execute what you teach, you're basically a bogus Gyan Guru, right? Technically. Jo ki 90% of you'll find by thousands on the road, right? So what you practice, if you don't teach, the general chances are you'll not be able to lead those guys. So I found that my sweet spot was growth, and that's what I picked up. So I worked, and the good part about working in startups is, I worked in blockchain companies, I worked in co-working spaces, I worked in high tech companies, I worked in IoT companies, I worked in manufacturing, I worked in financial services, I worked in fintech. So it doesn't matter what you're doing actually. Once you know the core of the business, right? If you know the core of the thinking process, I think everything becomes easy. And so finally, I landed up with Zing after my assignment with co-working. I was leading a co-working company in Gurgaon. After that was over, I met the founders of Zing, and I liked the way they were very modest and absolutely humble people. I know it is very strange to find modest people in this kind of times, and it's important to understand that if there are modest people, it is imperative that you work with them, right? It is not just about money; it's also about the kind of people that you work with. And Zing HR, I think, has the best modest co-founding team who are grounded people who have been there, done that. I think they are very, very, and you will be surprised that during the whole pandemic, with 400 plus employees, we did not sack one person as well.
Yeah.
And I think these are certain small little things that are important, and we talk a little bit about the character of the company. So I landed up with Zing HR, and HR Tech was the only thing that I did not do ever. I did a lot of recruitments for leadership roles. I was part of recruiting hundreds of people I've done in the last 5, 7, 10 years. But I think it was one thing, the area that I was lacking, or I would say was interesting. And I latched onto the opportunity, and I landed up on the right seat at the right time, and here I am.
So I could say that there's the last tick in your prolific career, which is now in the whole world of HR Tech, which I believe is super exciting.
Yep, it is.
And I think I wanna have this kind of an opinion from you, because you've been in the Indian startup ecosystem for quite a while, and right from the 2010s, where the whole buzz started going up about e-commerce, right? E-commerce was predominantly what occupied the first 3 years of the 2010-2020 decade. It followed up by massive surge in food delivery as a concept. Then there was for some time a buzz when it came to blockchain technologies, right? And companies trying to switch to smart contracts. Now the entire era, what a lot of people say in the startup fraternity, is that it is the age of edtech, where everybody is moving towards either content creation, and now you have Byju's and White Hat Juniors of the world trying to bring about that edtech kind of a revolution or edtech focus in the startup ecosystem. When would you say the time, or do you say that has it arrived, the time for HR Tech to actually be the highlight of the Indian startup ecosystem, as you've seen the shift all the way from e-commerce to edtech, and also a lot of buzz when it comes to fintech with a lot of micro lending startups gaining momentum and the ecosystem welcoming it with open arms? When would you say that the HR Tech startup revolution in India, is it coming? Has it arrived? For all our viewers, would you say that betting yourself into the HR Tech space, is the timing perfect right now, or you just want to stay back, measure the water, see how startups like Beehive do, and then jump right in? What's your comments on this?
Okay, thanks, Omkar. I think I want everybody to agree to disagree to whatever I say or whatever Omkar says, because It is my POV and it is Omkar's POV and it is Ketki's POV, right? I would want viewers to have their own POVs. Don't agree with whatever we say. Understand, because these are part of our journeys. We speaking out of our journeys and what we see, right? So that might be true, that might not be true. You have to experience your own journeys and find it out. Now, having said that, I'm coming back to the point what Omkar said, circling back is, not because I'm in HR Tech and I would say that, what is the scope for 2021-22 in terms of HR Tech. I'll give you a certain example, which probably you'll understand it better. When I joined HR Tech last year, we had spent X amount of money to get Y amount of business. This year, we did not spend X amount of money and we got the same amount of business. Now, what I'm trying to say is that there are two important things that are happening right now. Digital transformation, which was a cult, that he's a digital transformation specialist, etc., that is gone. People automatically have digitally transformed. So there's no McKinsey required, there was no BCG required. Automatically pandemic आया और digital transformation रातों रात हो गया. सुबह सबके सब digitally transformed थे. A startup to an enterprise to an SMB all got digitally transformed. सब work from home, remote पे गाली देते थे कि भाई काम नहीं होगा, 9 बजे काम नहीं करते, सब सो जाते हैं. अभी भी लोग सो रहे हैं, ऐसे नहीं 9 बजे सो के बिस्तरे में से बेड से लेके कॉल लेते हैं लोग, but they're still working and they're working more. पार्क में से भी कॉल लेते हैं, छत पे से कॉल लेते हैं, कोई शादी में नाच रहा है उसको कॉल ले रहा होता है, लेकिन काम they are working 12 hours a day. You see, the productivity has gone down. People were fearful of that. The fear was instilled. वो कह रहे थे कि भाई ट्रस्ट नहीं है, जहाँ पे ट्रस्ट नहीं होता these things happen. Wherever there is trust, these things happen. So technology companies had to trust each other. वो Slack में काम करते थे, सब कुछ काम करते, अब मार्केटियर्स भी Slack में काम कर रहे हैं, सेल्स वाले भी Slack में काम कर रहे हैं, सबके सब Slack में घुस गए हैं, और Slack और any of these tools, HubSpot or otherwise, right? Those CRM tools. Now coming back to HR Tech, when every employee is already digitally transformed and has now an access from work from remote, I would say, and is still productive. The only linkage, which is his umbilical cord to the organization, to him, is HR Tech. Facial recognition, touchless technology products, learning management systems, product management systems, OKR, blah, blah, blue. These are the umbilical cords. And suddenly you will find that umbilical cord needs to be dissected and put into the employee and the organization. Founders of companies who have realized this have manufactured those umbilical cords and given it to us. The ones who haven't, for example, I'll give you a certain example. Companies, पहले हम कंपनीज पे जाते थे, वो बेचारे क्लाउड वाले रोते थे कि सर हमारा क्लाउड में नहीं करे, और दादाजी बोल रहे हैं अभी क्लाउड में नहीं लगा सकते. क्यों? बोला हमें को सर्वर यहीं चाहिए. क्यों चाहिए भाई? नहीं पता क्यों नहीं चाहिए. मेरे CIO ने बोला, जो मेरे भांजा है, somebody who told me, सर क्लाउड ले लो, क्लाउड सिक्योर है. नहीं चाहिए मुझे. सर प्राइवेट क्लाउड ले लो. नहीं चाहिए मुझे. हाइब्रिड ले लो सर. नहीं चाहिए. पब्लिक तो भूल जाओ. अब सब हाथ जोड़ के वही आदमी खड़े, हमें हाइब्रिड नहीं चाहिए, हमें पब्लिक में डाल दो, लेकिन डाल दो. एक नहीं, हमें 5 दे दो. 5 times कॉस्ट ले लो, लेकिन ले लो. Why is that so? Who told them this? The pandemic transformed them. They understood that work from remote अगर हो सकता है तो ये भी तो हो सकता है ना भाई. घर में लोग 12-12, 15-15 घंटे काम कर रहे हैं, वीकेंड पे भी काम कर रहे हैं. They become donkeys and slaves, not to the organization but to their work life, and everything has transformed. So the data has gone into the cloud. The umbilical cord in HR Tech has been built with the company and the employee. So it has become now a mandatory objective, which is not deployed as a mandatory thing, but it's mandatory. Touchless technology pay, you're getting attendance. Facial recognition pay, you're getting attendance. Geofencing pay, you're getting attendance. These are basic nutrients. Roster building, OKRs, KPI building, LMS, PMS, rewards recognition, the whole bunch is moving ahead. Yeah. Now, if you don't give that bunch to your employee and put that into that system, either the employee will say, ye kya ho raha hai? There will be discords. Or the employee will set this agenda up and become more productive. We always say, and I believe that, Ketki and Omkar, that I personally believe that if you're into business of HR Tech, you are in the business of solving the problem of that person, not providing him the product. If you solve his problem and give the product, it's basically you act like a consultant, and that's what our jobs are. I think as a startup also, or as a company also, if we help people in solving their problems and then provide the product, sir, ये आपको दर्द है, अभी उसको ये नहीं कहना कि कोल्ड ड्रिंक देनी है मेरे को, ये कोल्ड ड्रिंक देनी है, आपको दर्द है सर, आपको दवाई चाहिए और आपको दवाई में ना ये एलिमेंट्स होने चाहिए, बिकॉज देन योर टेम्परेचर विल गो डाउन, एंड आपके बॉडी में पेन भी है, अच्छा सर ये फिर दवाई चेंज करनी पड़ेगी, ये दवाई दूसरी होगी, सो पीएमएस और एलएमएस डालना पड़ेगा, उसके साथ सर आपको फेशियल रिकग्निशन भी डाल देते हैं, तब आपका ठीक रहेगा. That's exactly what I'm trying to pitch in. So I hope I have answered your question.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think couple of things that stood out to me from this is traditionally HR was viewed as, you know, employee को hire करो, payroll करो, वो सब चीजें.
हाँ, payroll process. बिल्कुल सही बात कर रहे हो आप. Payroll processing is and was supposed to be the end of HR. HR tech तो as a product वैसे आया, लोगों ने कहा ये HR tech क्या होता है?
Yeah.
So I'm having answered your question. Please go ahead.
Yeah. And so like it has opened up so many new avenues, you know. आपने जो बोला कि there is so much data that is getting collected, and so the whole part of data analytics and people analytics.
Bang on. I think yesterday I was discussing with somebody. Data analytics will be because see, finally you'll be able to transform the entire thing, whether it's business analytics or business intelligence.
Correct.
You know, you'll get it only from data. Once you put that data into analytics, you'll have those kind of good trends that you can come out. Attrition trends kya hai, you know, welcome trends kya hai, and those kind of trends a CEO would want to know, because productivity के लिए उसको जो benchmark ही नहीं है. पहले क्या होता था कि CMO बोलता था उसको, सर बहुत सब कुछ है, ये देखो 9.9. HR बोलता सर 9.9 है, हमारा CSAT score is above the roof, पारू score है सर, NPS हमने 95% कर लिया. CEO पोल डालेगा सर्वे के थ्रू HR टेक के प्रोडक्ट के, तो देखेगा 60% पे है employee satisfaction. So what I'm saying is, I think these are important, Kethi, that we use them for betterment as well for internal stakeholders as well as external stakeholders.
Absolutely. Are there any other trends in terms of employee wellness, employee engagement, जो आप देख रहे हैं? Obviously, this must be stuff that you at Zing HR must be thinking about constantly also.
I think learning management system is something which will crash with the EdTech space, and that's where, you know, probably this is my POV. I think LMS will probably smart guys will push into barging into EdTech space. I think this is where the journey of EdTech and HR tech will somewhere merge. Smarter guys who understand that LMS has to be an adoptable product, and it is for both internal stakeholders and external stakeholders, will, I think, move ahead in the curve. Second thought that I feel trend which probably will take over from, not from LMS perspective, I think is more peer-to-peer learning. I think that's not what you guys planning to do is pertinently important, because peer-to-peer learning in fintech is there, P2P is there, not learning, but P2P lending is there. However, P2P learning in that kind of curve, which probably EdTech is also not looking at very clearly, but if HR tech can barge into EdTech and build this kind of smart thinking, artificial intelligence embedded systems for P2P learning curve, I think in the coming times, it will be a very important and pertinent product, because this will sell more in the retail as well as in the enterprise sector, both.
I think completely agree. You know, we've been thinking about what is the aspect of learning that really can bring the delta, the transformational delta, when it comes to how employees at a workplace are acquiring knowledge, or how they are spreading or documenting knowledge. And so the whole idea where if you are sitting with somebody or working with somebody, you want to have a more contextual learning, as opposed to, you know, you go on Coursera, you go on any of these other LMS platforms, तुमको templatized case studies मिलते हैं, तुम उनसे पढ़ लो. You know, my sister had this experience where she recently joined a jewelry brand as a marketer, and she went on to look up for some case studies. तो उसे एक Coca-Cola का case आया, एक McDonald's का case आया, and then she's like, how do I use this for my small jewelry brand? It makes no sense. And so that is where the whole aspect of how can learning be contextualized? What is the opportunity where peers can sort of be a source of knowledge for you, best practices that your company has successfully.
I'm sorry, I'm barged in. I think it's because we don't know. मुझे नहीं पता था ओंकार और आप हो इस काम के अंदर ये काम कर रहे हो आप, right? We met through a medium, right? Now imagine this same medium across in your company, and you have this medium, and my friend is Omkar's friend, who's your friend, and he says, yeah, these guys are doing something interesting. Why don't you connect with them? You know, this comes out only P2P learning, right? When you put a network on saying मेरे को crap forward नहीं करने WhatsApp के अंदर सुबह या मेरे को वो तुम 5 signal आ गए, 3 Telegram आ गए, 4 Facebook आ गए, my life is screwed throughout the day. मेरे को कुछ है ही नहीं मेरे पास. But suddenly, if you put an element of learning into the curve, saying यार आप and you have certain kind of machine learning algo which builds into that with some, of course, some background data, saying आपको movies अच्छी लगती हैं, आपको rock अच्छा लगता है, आपको data science भी अच्छा लगता है, तो आपको पता है ये पंक बंदा है जिसने data science का algo लिखा था and इसकी ये company है. Now you would want to get into that kind of learning and you would read it, right? And then you would want to share that content also. Who's doing that? Nobody is doing that, right? We are more interested in probably making products which will either make money as a whole, as the ecosystem I'm talking, or we're into the business of where we say कि उसने ये कर लिया, Elon Musk ने रॉकेट उड़ाया तो मैं भी अपने घर से रॉकेट उड़ाऊंगा, मैं तो चांद पे तो पहुंच ही जाऊंगा, वो वहां पहुंचेगा तो. So we are into that aping business. We are monkeys by evolution. So we do not want to accept this. We think we are rock stars, but we always ape. We external characteristics नहीं है कि judge करते हैं लोगों को, वो दूसरी बात है. But हम ape करते हैं ना. So that's what I'm coming back to the point that what he's saying was the intelligent products and services. I think in the peer-to-peer learning space is very, very high. It's very dynamic. And if somebody puts their heads down and, you know, build this kind of, gap, this is a big gap. I don't know whether you see this is a gaping void looking at you, right? And if you look at it back, it is looking at you, right? And this always asking this stupid same question, saying, what are you doing about it? And you have no answers. And you say, okay, I'll come back to you. And then again, you come back to the gaping void and say, अभी क्या करूँ मैं? तो बोला दोबारा आ मेरे पास, अभी तो आंसर नहीं दे पा. So I think guys who will build successful communication strategies as micro level in P2P learning space will definitely read the content in the tech space, and specifically in the HR tech, both internal stakeholders and external.
Yeah. I think there is also like opportunity wahan pe, right? Because when you focus on something like this, where your entire agenda is to help people connect, you are looking at it in a much more microscopic way, saying what are the 3 ways this problem can be solved, and in everyday work of life, people ke kaam ke beech mein, you are helping them connect with people who can solve their problems. So instead of being like, we are solving 10,000 things, if you go microscopic, there is definitely, like you said, an opportunity to be able to focus down and solve this kind of a problem and see the value that this can add to.
It's important also, my first book actually, came out of this reason, and this was validated, how to validate your startup business idea. You will not believe that majority of the startup, because they don't have funds, not because they don't have human capital, because they don't validate their startup idea.
Yeah.
Never. And this is the basic reason why they fail. And I took about 6-7 years to understand this basic problem. Spoke to about 1,000 entrepreneurs globally before I wrote this book out. And way back in 2018, I guess. And then I said, I think the biggest problem with people face is they don't validate, they don't find and build an alpha product and take it to the paying customers who could be their beta testers.
Yeah.
That's the smallest and shortest route. Why don't you do that? Why are they waiting for a venture capitalist to fund their bootstrap business? क्राउड फंडिंग कर लो यार, पापा से पैसे मांग लो, मम्मी से पैसे मांग लो, दोस्त से पैसे मांग लो, भीख मांग लो, for all good reasons, or but support your idea, validate it first. आपको कोई भी पैसा दे देगा अगर आप उसको दिखाओगे कि सर ऐसे बिजनेस चलता है, भाई ऐसे बिजनेस चलता है, दोस्त ऐसे बिजनेस चलता है, ये देखो मैंने 5 संतरे लिए, मैंने 2 रुपए के संतरे लिए, मैं मार्केट में गया, मैंने 20 रुपए के बेचे, ये 18 रुपए प्रॉफिट कमाया, एक दिन नहीं मैंने 15 दिन कमाया, अब मुझे तुम 500 रुपए दोगे, मैं 5,000 रुपए कमा के दूंगा. Simple as that. How many people end up doing that? वो कहते हैं यार नहीं, जब VC आएगा, $5 बिलियन लेके आएगा, तब मैं अपने हाथ गर्म करूंगा अपनी रजाई से निकल के, और उसके बाद मेरे को हीटर चाहिए और मेरे को टेस्ला चाहिए, तब मैं अपने घर से बाहर निकलूंगा, क्योंकि मैं बिलियनर तो हुई. So 90% people, because of these kind of, nothing wrong in it. It's sometimes age, sometimes bad learning, sometimes it's influence, whatever you call it. But brass tacks, niche ground level pe thinking pe, if you commit, any product, and Ketki, coming to what he said was absolutely spot on. If you don't validate a problem solution statement and take it to a paying customer validated sir इसमें आप पैसे मत दो मेरे को, but will you buy this if I pitch you? हाँ ट्राई कर लो आप सर, 6 महीने ट्राई करो, 7वें महीने पैसे दोगे? अगर मैं 2 महीने बाद पूछा उसको, अगर वो अच्छा लगा उस प्रोडक्ट, वो बोलेगा हाँ दूंगा, बोला सर अभी काटो चेक. Now that's sales ethics. That's how you probably push a little agenda, a little ahead, and that's what founders should be. They should be super sales guys. You know, a founder cannot be a non-sales guy. You know, he has to be sales by not nature, but by the product that he's leading. He might be an introvert. अपने घर में introvert होगा भाई, बाहर जाकर तू एक सेलू बनना है, because you have to lead it. See, no offense, right? You can't be an introvert while you're leading a company. You might be introvert by ethics, right? Which is okay. But when you're selling a product, you have to be a little not flamboyant, but you have to push the agenda. And introverts can also push the agenda.
Your own internal confidence sometimes convinces the other person. Okay, तुम बोल रहे हो, you are so confident, चलेगा, I will try it. You know.
So, for example, you know, at Zing HR, before we launch the products, we test it on ourselves. भाई एसिड हम किसी को खिला रहे हैं, एसिड पहले लगा कर देख लो, जलता तो नहीं है? हाँ जलता है, नहीं देना लगाना नहीं है. You know, so it's imperative how you feel about it and what are the kind of alpha beta testing that you have to do. And I think that's where it's important to understand that if I enjoy the product, if I like the UI, if I like the UX, I like the customer experience, I am assuming that because the target audience is like me, people will enjoy it. But if I am not liking it, just because there's a deadline and say कि आज उनका जन्मदिन है, उसी जन्मदिन के 12 बजे मेरे को लॉन्च करना है, अब वो प्रोडक्ट हाफ बिग प्रोडक्ट है, बट लॉन्च कर देना है. So I think it's a different story.
This reminds me of 2 classes मेरे business school के time पे. One was ethics and one was marketing. उसमें वो तो never sell a product that you would never use yourself. So this is exactly that.
Spot on.
Yeah.
Onkar has been quiet. I think he's in the same piece. Onkar, are you absolutely quiet?
Yeah, no. I'm not absolutely quiet as yet. But
okay,
yeah, I'm absorbing everything.
This is great for a Saturday evening, right? For us also to get, you know, our week started next week with all of these insights from.
I think please, I am from that school of thought, you know, and I did not write books because I wanted to be a writer. I'm an author. I had to become a writer because it takes pains to become a writer. So, for example, you can own a startup, you can be a founder, but to be an entrepreneur, you need to have that kind of mindset to be an entrepreneur. You can be a founder of 1,000 companies. You can be a founder. You can run a small business startup for 100 companies. But to be an entrepreneur, you need to have a mindset, and the mindset says, look, and that's how probably how I see it. I might be wrong here, and I've seen it across people who are successful people, and not saying non-successful. And successful people doesn't mean that people who only make money. People who are successful, who made money. Along with money, they made a lot of other things as well, right? So the one thing that was common was the bigger the problem, the bigger the solution, you know. And if you can see that in the future, right? Saying here 2025 के अंदर पानी की शॉर्टेज होगी, क्या मैं इस गंदे पानी को अच्छा पानी कन्वर्ट कर सकता हूँ इस स्मॉल टैप से? Now this is something which is obnoxiously huge. There might be some startups right now. There are companies which are doing it, but you know, these are kind of things that I'm saying which are futuristic and with a big bang. So HR tech में जैसे आपने बोला 3-4 चीजें are super big, huge, which I think will probably run through everything. Ed tech, fintech, सब कुछ side में करेगी. Because again, fintech is not a product. It's a support system.
The means to an end.
Means to an end. It's not a front end system, no. कि आपको पेमेंट करना है, आपको लेंडिंग करना है, डेट देना है, क्रेडिट देना है, तो वो देयर मींस, देयर नॉट प्रोजेक्ट्स और देयर नॉट एंड टू एंड दैट गेपिंग वॉइड वाला सिस्टम, राइट? हियर इज अ गेपिंग वॉइड व्हिच टॉक्स अबाउट कंट्रोलिंग, एंड हियर माय वर्ड्स, कंट्रोलिंग means understanding the analytics, building which is about understanding कि आधे से ज्यादा लोग प्रेफर करते हैं घर से काम करें और उनके पास मोबाइल फोन होना चाहिए. मैंने दिया नहीं अभी तक, दूं उनको. ऑल्सो चेयर्स नहीं है अच्छी उनके घर के अंदर, राइट? घर से काम करें, उनको इकोनॉमिक्स के हिसाब से उनको अच्छी चेयर मिलनी चाहिए. कमर में दर्द होगा नहीं होगा, वो 12 घंटे काम कर सकेगा. 8 घंटे अगर बैठेगा तो बेचारे का कमर टूट जाएगी. 6 दिन की छुट्टी लेगा, काम का वैसे ही हो जाएगा. हैप्पी बर्थडे. सो these small little things, if you think about it and you start structuring them into your learning management system, you will be surprised that you will have taken the nerves of the internal stakeholders and external stakeholders slowly and silently, and you'll be much more happier because you're solving something which is happily the biggest problem of people is only people, right? And if you can get hold of their emotions and they can get hold of their understandings of future from 6 months from now, right now, you basically nailed the entire thing out, right? और क्या चाहिए किसी स्टार्टअप को? एक स्टार्टअप को ये चाहिए ना कि प्रॉब्लम पता करे, प्रॉब्लम सोल्यूशन पता करे, आप उसकी फ्यूचर की प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर दो। अभी वो देखो आपको 6 महीने क्या अर्ली अडॉप्टर्स रहेंगे, वो आपके और अर्ली अडॉप्टर्स आपके मैच्योर साइकिल में भी आपके साथ रहेंगे, और ओवर द एंटायर प्रोडक्ट लाइफ साइकिल इफ यू कीप pushing them into some other, they will end up paying you a majority ticket over a period of 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, because this becomes a hook ना। आप जो दे रहे हो वो हुक है उनके लिए एंट्री करने के लिए सिस्टम में। आपने तो उसको रोलेट खिलाना है आगे, आपके पास तो गोवा के अंदर वो आपके पास कैसीनो खड़ा हुआ है, you know, something like that. Now once he enters that casino, you'll have 5,000 games for him, right? You can offer him any game that he wants, but the game he wants.
Correct. So last couple of minutes, I want to know from Ravi, you've given a lot of different, but 3 pieces of advice from a attitude as to what startup entrepreneurs need to have, because बाकी सब तो चीजें होती है वो ये करो वो करो एक्शन प्लान में होता है, बट मेंटालिटी में, एटीट्यूड में, what are 3 things you would advise startup entrepreneurs?
I think the first is passion. I think it's important to have passion for the kind of work that he or she is trying to do. Second is respect, and respect for everybody. Respect for the chaprasi that is working for you, because enterprise में क्या होता है, you outsource everything out, right? But for a startup, he has to understand that respect for vendors, respect for colleagues, respect for subordinates, respect for colleagues or clients, is the same. Its benchmark is the same. So second is respect. Third is he has to be pivoting and disruptive, right? Pandemic आया तो मेरे को हाथ पैर छोड़ के मेरे को अपना सोना नहीं है, मेरे को कुछ और नया चीज करना है। अगर मैं मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के बिजनेस में, खाने के बिजनेस में हूँ, अब पता है पेंडेमिक हो गया, अब मैं कुछ नहीं खाना बेच सकता 2-3 महीने के लिए, तो यू डोंट हैव टू थ्रो योर ग्लव्स आउट एंड से लुक इट्स द एंड ऑफ द वर्ल्ड। नो 2009 के अंदर आया था हमारे पास फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस लोगों को, बट 2009 के अंदर क्या स्टार्टअप नहीं आई? स्लैक आया था उस टाइम में, एयरबीएनबी आया था उस टाइम में, Uber was also there at that top time. Those guys came out of that deep financial global crisis, yeah. So every crest and trough ke andar, I think this is an opportunity. The person who's an entrepreneur should have these basic 3 values, because he should have a certain amount of respect, certain amount of innovation and pivoting attitude, and passion for doing certain things. मतलब कि यार सब लोग दोस्त बोलेंगे तू बकवास कर रहा है, तो कुछ होता नहीं है तेरे से, ये पैसे बर्बाद करेगा। पापा तो बोलते हैं सबके, 90% of papas are like that. It's only mother sometimes or support. पापा कहेंगे बेटा तू रिक्शा चलाएगा, तेरे बस की नहीं है, तूने डिग्री किस लिए किया, तूने अब इतने से पैसे मैंने खर्च कर दिया, सिंगापुर भेजा था तेरे को, मैंने तेरे को वहां भेजा था, तू अभी रिक्शा चला रहा है तू, और ये तू पवाई के पास तू क्लीनिंग कर रहा है, क्या कर रहा है तू? Not that. Not every parent is right and not every parent is wrong. If your passion is right and you have, here is the first agenda when you come to passion, always have data to back your passion. And it's important and imperative, because if you can validate your data and throw it in front of people, right, people will look at you like a gaping void. क्योंकि आप उनके मुंह में डालते हो ये बात, देख 5,000 आदमी ने हाँ बोला है मुझे, और ये 5,000 पैसे दे रहे हैं मेरे को, और ये 5,000 29 तारीख को पैसे देंगे, ये रहे उनके चेक. Now you have to use your vernacular language. Now you have to use the vernacular language and ask him to go.
No, I think that is wonderful. I definitely agree that passion can make a big for me also, while starting Beehive, Omkar's passion was what got on to me. Our journey is that we used to spend these nights talking about the idea of a peer-to-peer collaborative learning.
आप एक बात बताओ ना, अगर हमारे में और एनिमल्स में डिफरेंस क्या है? उनमें पैशन कहाँ है? कुछ एनिमल्स में पैशन होता है ना, तो देखो उनको, एनिमल्स को, हमें एनिमल्स को देख लेना चाहिए यार। हम मतलब वी आर इवॉल्व्ड स्पीसीज यार, हमारे अंदर पैशन नहीं है किसी चीज को काम करने का। हमारे में और किसी और बंदे में क्या डिफरेंस है यार? पैशन इज द ओनली डिफरेंस बिटवीन अस यार। कोई आदमी अच्छा गाता है, कोई आदमी अच्छा कुछ बनाता है, उसमें डिफरेंस क्या होता है? That's the only difference between, the only difference between a superlative human being and a non-superlative human being is passion for whatever he does great. But that should be one thing that he should be great at. And you don't just, I think there's a saying in Bible that, God has a plan for my life and this is all I need to know, which technically means is that you should be great at one thing, spend your 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years मैक्लॉडगंज जाने की जरूरत नहीं है, वो यहीं पे पता चल जाएगा. आत्मा का परमात्मा मिलन टाइप्स कि आप what are you great at?
Yeah.
Just pick that up and destroy everything with that in a positive way. Burn the sun types.
Yep.
If you can do that, think about it. If you can do that, you're here to change the world and you'll do it, most likely.
Yeah. No, thank you so much. This is a good, quick 45-minute chat, but I think it's been very enlightening to us. Lots of things for us to think about. I think Omkar is also still like just absorbing everything, all of the anecdotes and the examples that you gave us. But it's wonderful to get to talk to you. Thank you so much to Atal Incubation Center, Rambam Malgi, for organizing something. I think it's a very different kind of a interaction experience, right? We're not talking about work. We're talking about just attitude and mentality of a startup and the opportunity in HR tech.
And did we even realize that you are in HR tech and I'm in HR tech, and we realize that some of your products are what I'm also selling? I did not even realize that. I don't even think about it. It doesn't really matter also.
Yeah.
Agarwal Sweet Corner, अगर 5 और खुल जाएंगे तो उनका sales खत्म नहीं होगी. So what I'm trying to say is that there will be 500 more startups that will come in the same space. Doesn't mean that your reach to customer, your acquisition will go down. No, it will still increase. Yeah. But the objective that we go ahead with should not change, and we should be thankful for certain things in life and be passionate for whatever we do without crushing heads or not being respectful towards each other and being nice to each other. I think that's more human nature. I think it's a small world, it's a small life, and it's good to be a little natural and passionate about things that you love doing.
100%.
What passion brought us so far, and I think passion is only going to be the leading light, because you're all early hires, early adopters. What we are realizing is, Are Omkar, listen, you're paying us too less. And then I was like, listen, have one conversation with me. And then if you're not inspired enough, then I don't think we are a match. So I think the whole idea is people with passion at the end of the day. Like Ketki left her paying fancy job in New York to come back to India because Omkar, let's do this, right?
I mean, you are among the top 1% of people who will change this world for good things in life. You cannot die unnoticed.
Fingers crossed.
And I believe that. Not because I'm saying.
Omkar, I would really like if you could share something about Beehive, your venture, how exactly you are transforming the sector. If you could share.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Beehive is born out of a very simple idea that the beautiful relationship what two people can build is when they have an opportunity to learn something from each other. People spend hours together working shoulder by shoulder, and sometimes relationships get better, sometimes relationships get bitter. The probability of an employee learning something from a fellow employee is humongous. Be it best practices, be it wisdom, be it techniques, the opportunities are unlimited. Collaboration, everything, these are just now words which are used freely post the pandemic. But we observe that the huge, like as you said, that entire void in that entire ecosystem, that people want to learn something from each other, but they just are not having the right channels to actually approach somebody. And that is the exact void where we jumped in with the help, and our parachute is the artificial intelligence what we have developed about understanding compatibility between people, understanding recommendation engines between people. So this is what we do at Beehive. We focus on two very important verticals. One is tribal knowledge management. Everybody, har ek banda, I've worked in the corporate for some time. Every day I was learning something new. But whatever I was learning something new, I'm pretty sure when I left the corporate, so many people would have benefited, right? I developed a very cool hack around how can I, I was working for a gas company and I was responsible for logistics of the delivery. And I realized agar isse kiya jaye to aaram se 20 ya 25% time bach sakta hai. I implemented it at my plant. They had about 40 different plants around the country. This knowledge left with me, right? So tribal knowledge management is something what we're super passionate about. Ki jo public ka gyan hai, what they have learned out of doing something should be spread across. And at the same time, they should be recognized for it. And the second thing is building this beautiful relationships between people at work, that if you want to learn something, we will help you find the best person within the organization. We will give you the tools so that people can learn from each other. So that is what Beehive is, and that is what Beehive envisions to do. The big ambition, the passion behind Beehive is to make sure that employees do not leave an organization because the culture is bad. Okay.
Very right.
The only way employees would want to leave the organization is because they want to join Beehive. No, I'm joking. Yeah.
Always welcome for that.
Are you guys hunting? Are you guys recruiting?
Yes.
Sorry?
Yes,
we're
recruiting.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Awesome.
We're recruiting for marketing roles.
Marketing roles, front-end development.
Front-end development, HR analytics, so data science. We're definitely looking across all.
Please tag me when you're doing it. I'll be more than happy to expose my network to you.
Absolutely. That would be great. Big help for us.
Any last comment, sir? Because we are running out of time.
All yours, guys.
Oh no, you should have the last comment. Definitely.
I think it's imperative that if we have come here for a purpose, I think we should define the purpose. Not money is the means to the end. It's not the end. And the moment we realize it, I think our lives will get transformed, not because your dad wants it or your mom wants it, right? Listen to them, respect them, and do whatever, vernacular language, whatever you want to do in your life, because it's your life finally. It's not your mom's and dad's life. They've given birth to you, respect them. I mean, that's important. But finally, you have to decide it. Your career is your career. You take a call. You take the risk. You get the things moving out. Because if you can do it, there'll be 1,000 people who will be watching you. Even if you fall down, that's fine. It's okay. You can always get up. But I think it's important to understand that if you can dent the planet for a reason, the reason has to be substantial and work for it if you're here for that reason. So that's it.
Wonderful thought to start the weekend with, for sure.
Yeah. Ketki, Omkar, anything else from your side?
Nothing. We're just thankful for Ravi, for Zing HR. We're working very closely. I spent the entire last week, in fact, understanding the employee dynamics at Zing HR. And I saw that how like the burnout is high, but at the same time, the engagement is high. So I'm going to, as we grow, I'm going to borrow certain pages from the Zing HR's book. So I'm pretty glad that we are working in the same space together, shoulder to shoulder, although our shoulder is like now very small, but it's just very wonderful to be working with Zing HR, be a part of AIC. And I'm just thankful about the timing. A lot of people talk that, you should be at the right place with the right product, with the right people and with the right partners. I think all these timings are weaving in together, and I think we have a beautiful story ahead with everybody.
Great. This conversation was so engaging that मुझे लग रहा था बातचीत ये ऐसे ही चलती रहे, and it's really exciting. So to listen to your experiences and anecdotes, as Ketki also said. On behalf of AIC RMP, I would like to thank all of you, Ravi sir, Ketki, Omkar, for joining us in this Baatcheet, for sharing your insights into HR, tech, startups. For those who are watching this Baatcheet live on Facebook, thank you so much for joining us this evening, and stay tuned to know more about our next episode. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone.